Hi Aries, it's Sarah here from Orchid Tarot with your November love reading. Sorry, it just jumped out and put me off my stride. Okay, if you skip the introduction, I'll just fill you in that I'm going to do a Celtic cross with the Gilded Tarot. I'll do a spread for November, talking about obviously the situation and the outcome. But I'm going to do, if it resonates with you, the spread that I do, then I'm going to do extended readings over on Vimeo. So if you want to get a bit more information, if it sounds like your situation, you want to get a bit more information, then please feel free to go over to Vimeo and get the extended reading there. So let's just get started. Lots of people showing up for you. Okay, right, I'm going to just move the screen down so you can see all of that. Move that along. Move those down. Sorry, just being a total Virgo perfectionist. Right, you can pretty much see all of those. Okay, so at the heart of your reading, you have got the Queen of Pentacles reversed. So what this says to me is that the situation is either about a earth sign female that you know or are in contact with, or it doesn't have to be a female because it's a general reading, but an earth sign who for some reason or other is out of sorts, not really themselves. If it's not about an earth sign person and this is about you and the characters that you're embodying, then the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who, when she's reversed, can be quite somebody who's quite money grabbing, somebody who is quite overly sexed, greedy. You know, they can be what's the word, that a bit of a gold digger type character. So if this isn't you, and I'm sure it isn't, but if this isn't you, then there's somebody around you who is behaving in that way. The Queen of Pentacles is also about the home and the home environment. So because it's reversed, it can be that somebody within your home is not feeling great. Okay, and what we've got crossing that is the Emperor reversed. So the Emperor is your card, it's an Aries card. But it could also be an older man to you, somebody who is, when it's reversed, somebody who is can be quite domineering, quite out of control in terms of their feelings. There can be an element of stubbornness about the Emperor when he's reversed. So if you're feeling like this month, you know, we'll come on to why that would be, but I think the challenge for you this month is to keep control of your temper, keep control of, you know, try not to feel out of control within this situation. What you've got in the recent past is the King of Cups, so this can be a water sign person, so a Cancer, Scorpio or Pisces. It's somebody who, you know, the king has reached maturity, total maturity, so it could be a father figure or somebody who is you know, very, very understanding, somebody who's very sympathetic towards you. Could be the person that you're seeing or the person that you're with. The thing about the King of Cups, though, is that they have really good control over their emotions. They are very controlled, so they don't kind of, even though they feel the emotions, they don't necessarily show them all the time. So if this is you and what feelings you're embodying, it could be that you're coming out of a period of just feeling quite emotionally stable. Or if this is the person that you're dealing with, it's just somebody within your life who is featuring prominently. Until we get the clarifiers in the extended, we don't actually know what this person is. But in your environment, you've got the Page of Cups, and the Page of Cups it's quite an immature energy. Can be a child, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces child. It's also about messages of love coming through. Not necessarily of love, just nice messages, things coming through to your hearing, things that make you feel good. But it can be quite an immature energy. It can be quite, so it could potentially be a new relationship, maybe with this, I don't feel it's with the King of Cups. It could be a new relationship. I feel like there's like an outpouring of emotion. I feel like you've gone from, in the past, somebody has been quite controlled with their feelings. And then all of a sudden, I feel like you're having to rein yourself in. I feel like you're having to squash these feelings a little bit. Let me just have a think about this. I feel like somebody within the situation, be it you or be it the other person, feels very much like you have to hold in, there's an outpouring of love, there's an outpouring of emotion, but it's not mature emotion. It's just like blah, 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 feel like this, feel like that, oh, like an excited feeling. But I think it's something that you feel like you're not in a position to give at the moment, or you're not in a position to receive this from somebody. And you're crowning on your thoughts, you've got the Eight of Cups, and this is the inability to walk away from something, or knowing that you need to walk away from it and not being able to. Knowing that there is something better out there for you, but just not, it's like one day you feel like you want to go, the next day you feel like you want to stay. It could be that somebody is trying to manipulate you a little bit, or you're not manipulate you, that's the wrong thing. I get the feeling that I'm getting is somebody who, one minute they tell you all the things you want to hear, the next minute they become very cold and very hard. And it's kind of messing with you. Just as you think, right, okay, I've got it in me to be able to go, they kind of give you all this, hope almost. I've got no cards of hope, but almost like they just drop little tidbits in. And it feels like it's almost like a narcissistic thing. I feel slightly narcissistic, like not in a bad way, but just in a way with this person kind of validates you a little bit. You feel a bit validated by them, or they feel validated by you. And it can, one day they can, because they are quite controlled. I feel like they are quite controlled. They are kind of just dropping these little bits into you, and how they are in the day can totally affect your mood in terms of how your life is. That's how I feel about it. What you've got coming up is the Devil reversed. So I think, again, that's really good. That's sort of, I think you're taking steps, in the middle of November, you're kind of seeing it for what it is. You're seeing this person for what it is. You're seeing that, you're sort of being validated by them. And you don't want to feel this up and down all the time. You know that you have to, become your own person. And in order to do that, you see yourself as the hermit. So that is about sort of shining your light inward. It's about looking at everything that you have. And rather than getting validation from this person, or kind of, feeling good, getting this other person to feel good about yourself, I think you're going to start in November to kind of realise that the only person that can make you feel good is you. And you're going to kind of take the steps and kind of go on a bit of a philosophical journey around that. You know, and this Page of Cups is looking at this Hermit. So, I feel like this person, I don't feel like this person is a bad person. I just feel like they, they are what they are, and that they don't want to change for anybody. And so I think they see you as being quite moody, the moon reversed. It's like hormonal imbalance almost, I'm getting. Some sort of hormonal imbalance. So it could be if it's not that, it's that, things are being revealed about how you feel that perhaps they didn't know that you put so much, that you cared about their opinion and them as much, because they are very controlled about the situation, I feel. Okay. Your hopes are the Three of Wands. So, you're waiting, you're hoping for this relationship to manifest into something. So you do want this with this person. But no relationship is going to be, you're looking to, with this Eight of Cups, you're thinking about walking away. You're thinking that you need to walk away, but I really don't feel like you do need to walk away. And we'll get more clarity with the extended reading when we do the clarifier cards. But I think that this is about like looking for that one missing cup, or those two missing cups, going off and finding those two missing cups. But those two missing cups are a relationship, and I don't think that you should be going to find that in a relationship. I think you realise that you need to find that within yourself, and once you've found that within yourself, then a relationship comes from that. Then when people offer you love, you take it for what it is. It's about you. You can look at it and go, yeah, you're right. I deserve this. I deserve to feel like that. But if you take it away from me, I'll also be fine. I'll also be okay. You can't. I do feel like you may feel like you do need to turn your back on this person in order to get something. And I feel like you are going to be a little bit stubborn about it. We'll see what the cards say, but the feeling that I'm getting is that you don't need to get rid of that. You don't need to find this elsewhere. You need to find it within yourself. Okay. So the Ten of Cups reversed as an outcome, the Five of Wands as an outcome, and the Five of Pentacles. Oh, there. Five of Pentacles reversed as an outcome. So, there is conflict and there is change around the situation, because fives are both about change. The Five of Wands is, it can be inner conflict or it can be conflict with a person. Because you've got the Ten of Cups reversed, it is within a home environment. It is about not feeling, the Ten of Cups is feeling like there's something missing again. So feeling like there's something missing within this relationship. But with the Five of Pentacles reversed, there's this light, I'm really drawn to this light that is shining. There is light at the end of the tunnel. There is light there for you. You just can't see it, I don't think, at the moment. I feel like you want to give up on someone, and I don't think you should. Definitely not in November anyway. I think you need more time, and I think you need to search yourself. The Hermit has been coming up so much for so many signs. I think there's a lot of soul searching going on, and soul searching. It's difficult to look at yourself and see the whole of you and think, what is it that I really want from a relationship? What is it that I need? But I think there's definitely things within you that you're trying, and I don't mean this in a horrible way, because everybody does this, but, you can't fix yourself with a relationship. You have to fix, if there's anything that is, there may not be anything that's broken, but I just get this feeling that you wanting somebody to validate you, make you feel good, um, to bring you this, and it's never going to bring you this. It's never going to bring, because even if somebody does come along and say, oh, you look amazing today, if you feel rubbish about yourself, you don't even believe them anyway. So you're not going to enjoy the good bits, and when they don't give you that validation, then I just feel that you're beating yourself up about not being good enough, or if it's not you, it's the other person that's doing that. But I feel like it's you. So this outcome, what I would say in terms of advice, and like I said, get more in the extended, but just try not to rush into anything. Just be patient. Things aren't going to work themselves out in November, and be aware of conflict. But just look for that light. Keep focused on that light. Keep the goal in mind, and the light. It's this light in the Hermit. It's this light. It's lighting the way. There is going to be some illumination about the way forward for you by the end of November. And it might not be what you want it to be. It might not be what you are hoping for, but there's definitely a path forward. And I really get the feeling, don't give up on this person just yet. That's very strongly what I'm feeling. So I hope that helped, Pisces. I'm going to go. I hope you can join me on the extended, and we can get a bit more insight into what's going on for you. But if not, please have a lovely November, and I'll see you again in December. Take care.